Hello and welcome to another episode of our scripture reading here with the TheDriveWay.Ministry. Today we are in chapter 11 through 15. Hold on a minute. Refix this. And sorry about that. If you like what we do here, and what you hear and what you see here with the TheDriveWay.Ministry, give us a like, comment, subscribe, and please share. Share with your friends, your family, co-workers, anyone you know that wants to hear the word. Maybe it's their first time. These are unedited, great readings. So, and the whole goal with this channel is just to bring more people to the Father and hopefully to salvation. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Chapter 11. And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterward he will let you go here. Then, when he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out there altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor's jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, This says the Lord, About midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sits upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that you may know how that the Lord does put a difference between the Egyptian and Israel. And all these that your servants shall come down unto me and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get you out, and all the people that follow you. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. And the Lord spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak you unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And then the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood, and strike it on the two sides posts, and on the upper doorposts of the house, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night. Roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire. His head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remains of it until the morning you shall burn with fire. And this shall you eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And you shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the house where you are, and when I see the blood I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. No, get down. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and you shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall put away leaven out of your house. For whosoever eats leavened bread from the first day unto the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the 7th day there shall be a whole convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall you observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your house, for whosoever eats that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. You shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations, shall you eat unleavened bread. And Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your family, and kill the Passover. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. So, interesting about Passover, modern day problems with Christianity as a whole is too many Christians are told, we don't celebrate Passover, we have Easter, we have Christmas. And we go by the New Testament, not the Old Testament. Passover is a Jewish holiday. Well, as I said in my last video, this point in Exodus, there are no Jews, just Israel. And we're, at this point, a multitude of nations. Now, they want to use the argument that, oh, well, we follow the New Testament covenant. Alright. Tell me, what day was our Savior crucified on? Wasn't Christmas, wasn't Easter. Also, the thing with the leaven. And they said, no leaven, do not eat leavened bread, only eat unleavened. Well, there's also a bit symbology to that as well. Alright. Why they eat bread with no yeast? One, let's look at the non-symbolicness of it. These people had to flee. You add yeast, even natural yeast that floats around in the air, gets in that dough, it will cause it to rise, which will cause it to spoil. So they wouldn't have anything to eat on their journey out of Egypt. Alright? So by having it be flatbread, they can make it on the go, make it on the fly, and they wouldn't have to worry about the dough spoiling or the bread spoiling quick. Because it is the yeast that makes your bread spoil. Now, symbolically what it is also, it's a representation of sin. You remove the yeast, anything that is cause you to sin within that 7 days. Now you should be working on this even outside of Passover, with getting away from these things that cause you to stumble and everything like that. But it also represents the sin, and you're removing the sin from your house, from you, for the 7 days, putting your differences and your problems, all of that aside, and, you know, cleaning yourself as well as your living space from anything that is leaven, both physical and spiritual. My dog's drunk most of my water. Alright. Now, let's get back to the reading. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he sees the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door. It will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your house to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to you and to your sons forever. It shall come to pass, when you be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he has promised, that you shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean you by this service? That you shall say, It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the house of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered their house, and the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. Another interesting fact, real quick. The Father doesn't care who, whether you were, a Hebrew or an Egyptian. He didn't care who did the blood on the mantle, on the doorpost and the mantle. Okay? He's seeing who's going to listen. And as we do see, when, they finally do leave, it, again, as I'm going to re-emphasize here, a multitude of nations, not just the Hebrews. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat at his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people. Be you and the children of Israel, and go and serve the Lord as you had said. Also take your flocks and your herds as you have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men besides children, and a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victuals. Now the soldiering of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day came to pass that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed for all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every manservant that is bought for money when you have circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. You shall not carry forth all of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall you break a bone thereof. Breaking of the bone, we see that later on too. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it, and when a stranger shall sojourn with you, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his male be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger the sojourner among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever opens the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine. And Moses said unto the people, Remember this day in which... Okay. You came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand the Lord brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. This day come you out in the month Abib, which is either April or March, but Passover happens in April, so. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring you into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he swore unto your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, that you shall keep the service in this month. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, and in the 7th day shall be a feast to the Lord. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with you, neither shall there be leaven seen with you in all your quarters. You shall show your sons in that day, saying, This is done because of that which the Lord did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt. And it shall be for a sign unto you upon your hand, and for a memorial between your eyes, that the Lord's law may be in your mouth. For with a strong hand hath the Lord brought you out of Egypt. You shall therefore keep this ordinance in his season from year to year. Now, I know I'm doing a lot of pausing here in this episode, but let's talk about that part. It shall be for a sign unto you upon your hand, and for a memorial between your eyes. Now, later on in Scripture, in New Testament, we get more clarity on this, okay? Because this will come back when we get talking about the mark of the beast. Everyone thinks the mark of the beast is going to be a brand, it's going to be a microchip, it's going to be a barcode. That's what it was when I was growing up. No. Memorial between your eyes is belief. Mark on your hands is action. And we'll get more into that. When we get to the part, we'll bring these up once again, and we'll see how this correlates. Again, maybe this is something we'll do an individual video on with cross-referencing later down the line. Alright. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring you into the land of the Canaanites, as he swore unto you and to your father, and shall give it to you, that you shall set apart unto the Lord all that opens the matrix. And every firstling that comes of a beast which you have, the male shall be the Lord's. And every firstling of an ass you shall redeem with a lamb. If you will not redeem it, then you shall break his neck. And all the firstborn of men among you, your children, shall you redeem. Shall be when your sons ask you in time to come, saying, What is this? That you shall say unto him, By strength of hand the Lord brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all that opens the matrix, being males. But all the firstborn of my children I redeem, shall be for a token upon your hand, and for a frontlet between your eyes. For the strength of hand the Lord brought us forth out of Egypt. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God let them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, At least for what if the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt? But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones away here with you. And they took their journey from Succoth and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, and to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire, to give them light, to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. Imagine that, walking with the Father on this 40-year journey. You know, he's with us, holding our hands at this time. You know, physically they're walking with us. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pi-hahiroth. I'll have to look up the pronunciation for that one. Between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-Zephon. For it shall you encamp by the sea, for Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, They are entangled in the land, the wilderness has shut them in, and I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his host, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servant was turned against the people. And they said, Why have you done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariot, and took his people from him. And he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, captains over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of the Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And he pursued after the children of Israel, and the children of Israel went out with a high hand. But the Egyptians pursued after them all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen and his armies overtook them, encamping by the sea, beside Pi-hahiroth, before Baal-Zephon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. And they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord, and they said unto Moses, Because there were no graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore have you dealt this with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell you in Egypt, saying, Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you shall see to them again no more forever. Hi, Athena. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. And the Lord said unto Moses, Wherefore cries you unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward. But lift you up your rod, and stretch out your hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground, through the midst of the sea. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots, upon his horsemen. The Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honors upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. The angels of God, hi Juno. Hi, yes, I love you too, but I'm doing a video. Yes. Which went before the camp of Israel, moved and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face, and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all that night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the mist upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Egyptians pursued, and went in after them to the midst of the sea, and all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drove them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fights for them against the Egyptians. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out your hand over the sea, that the waters may come up again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength. When the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea, And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen, and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them, but the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. This the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared the Lord, and believed the Lord and his servant Moses. The final chapter, chapter 15. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, spoke, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horses and his riders hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war, the Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them, they sank into the bottom as a stone. Your right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Your right hand, O Lord, has dashed in pieces the enemy. And in the greatness of your excellency, you have overthrown them that rose up against you. You sent forth your wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And with the blast of your nostrils the waters were gathered together. The flood stood upright as a heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoils. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, and my hand shall destroy them. You did blow with your wind the sea covering them. They sank as lead in the mighty water. Who is like unto you, O Lord, amongst the gods? Who is like you, glorious in holiness, fearful in praise, doing wonders? You stretched out your hand, your right hand, the earth swallowed them. You in your mercy have led forth the people, which you have redeemed, you have guided them in your strength unto your holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestina. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab trembling shall take hold upon them. All the habitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them. By the greatness of your army they shall be as still as stone, till your people pass over. O Lord, till the people pass over, which you have purchased. You shall bring them in and plant them in the mountains of your inheritance, in the place, O Lord, which you have made for you to dwell in the sanctuary of the Lord, which your hand have established. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. For the horses of Pharaoh went in with his chariot and with his horsemen into the sea, and the Lord brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea, and Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dance. And Miriam answered them, singing, You to the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horses and his riders hath he thrown into the sea. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the water of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them, and said, If you will diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord your God, and will do that which is right in his sight, and will give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon you, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that heals you. And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. Well, we're finally in the desert. out of Egypt. And, you know, the fun, the thrills of that. So, with that, if you liked what you heard, what you see, and what you hear, what we're doing here with the Driveway Ministry, like, comment, and share. Yes, subscribe and share. Um, and you know, I hope this truly does help you along your journey. These readings, and as well as other things we're going to be doing here, in the future, after we're done these readings, or maybe while we're doing the readings. We know whatever the Lord decides to do with this channel is what's going to happen. So again, if you like what you see, what you hear, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share. Share with friend, family. The whole idea is to bring more people to the Father and to salvation. So with that, wherever you are, night or day, I hope you have a blessed night. God bless.